This is the Monarch caterpillar enclosure. There are 5 caterpillars in this enclosure altogether. This is our biggest one, and it looks like it is a 5th instar now, which is the last stage that it is in before pupating. So I'm gonna take it out because I want to clean up the frass from the enclosure. So this guy is pretty big now. Trying to get you a better view without squishing any of the leaves, because there are smaller caterpillars in here with it. So this is the big guy. And I can tell he's a 5th instar because his tentacles, these are tentacles, not antennae, they are dragging on the leaf or paper towels in front of it. Once they're long enough to drag in front of them, then you know that they are a 5th instar. So I do see another caterpillar here, much smaller one down here. And I'm guessing there's one behind this leaf because I see some holes where the leaf has been eaten. So I'm going to try to gently pick up this leaf. And yep, there's a caterpillar on the underside of it. So that's 3 of them that I can see here. I don't see any of the other ones here. There is one on this stem that I do see. Oh, and there's the other one. Okay, so we're going to take this stem out. There's this little guy here. And then this one right here. This one looks to be about a 4th instar. So he's just one stage behind this bigger one. So what I'm going to do is take some scissors and just cut off these 2 leaves that they're on. And we know there are only 5 caterpillars in this enclosure, so I don't have to check inside all of these curled up old leaves because I've already found all 5 of them. There's the one here, 2, this big guy is 3, behind this leaf is number 4, and down here is number 5. So I know everybody's accounted for. That way I don't have to worry about throwing anybody away. Right. So this will let you see kind of the difference between a 4th and a 5th instar right there. And then this guy is about a 3rd instar. And this one might also be a 3rd instar. This one's also a 3rd instar, it's just smaller. And I think this one's a 3rd instar as well. So I know there's not any caterpillars inside of these dried up leaves because we've located all 5 that were in this enclosure. That's the good thing about knowing how many you have in the enclosure. And I have this 5 monarchs from eggs written on just a little sticky note, and I put it on the top of the enclosure. All right, I'm gonna pause this just so that I can use 2 hands to put these guys back in. Okay, so everybody is back in the enclosure now. I'm going to grab some milkweed. And I have this nice, beautiful, fresh milkweed stem that I'm putting in here. I'm just laying it, making sure that I'm not crushing anybody. The 5th instar is big enough to move out from underneath it if I do put it on top of them, but I just don't want to crush any of these smaller ones. So we've got this nice big stem, and because we do have a 5th instar in here, 5th instar caterpillars eat a lot, so I am going to put another stem in here. Before I do that, though, I'm just going to move these out of the way so I don't crush anybody. And here's another nice big stem. So now they've got all of this fresh milkweed. You can see the milkweed sap has dripped onto that leaf. Milkweed sap is highly, highly toxic to human eyes. So please, anytime you are dealing with milkweed, whether it's for just fresh picked or older, do not touch your face at all. Do not touch your eyes. And after you've touched milkweed, go and wash your hands. And I like to wash my hands between enclosures as well, so I don't risk passing diseases off. But even though you may not see milkweed sap on your hands, it could still be there, and it will corrode your cornea in your eye. And if not treated quickly, can cause permanent damage. Temporary damage would be temporary blindness, but if you don't get it treated, it will cause permanent blindness, and it hurts a lot. Believe me, I've had this happen. Anytime you get milkweed sap in your eye, treat it as an emergency. Go to the emergency room immediately and let them know that you got milkweed sap in your eye and that your eyes need to be flushed. And then usually they just kind of treat it with some ointment that you need to put in your eye. But usually they'll refer you to an eye doctor after that. All right, so I am done with these guys for the night. I'm going to zip up the enclosure.